Big changes are coming to Jocelyn Field. Literally, we'll tell you what it means for travelers.
And two groups are teaming up to fight childhood obesity in our area, hoping to get a handle on what health officials call an epidemic.
Breaking news alerts, top stories, and your weather authority forecast. With Joe Martin and Amy Burnett, this is Idaho's First News at 6.
Good evening, everyone. The jury trial for a former substitute teacher facing child sex abuse charges is being rescheduled. The trial for 24-year-old Kenneth Howard Atencio was supposed to get underway this week, but now it will start June 4th. A pretrial hearing is scheduled for May 19th. He substituted 18 days last year in the Jerome School District, according to the superintendent. Jerome court records show between June and August of 2013, he committed 2 counts of lewd conduct with a minor under 16 and 2 counts of sexual abuse of a minor under 16. There are changes coming to the Magic Valley Regional Airport this June. Delta Connection, operated by SkyWest Airlines, will transition to a larger jet aircraft flying in and out of the airport. Brittany Cooper for Idaho's First News joins us now in the studio with more. Brittany.
Joe, Airport Manager Bill Carberry says 60,000 people use the Magic Valley Regional Airport each and every year. Now they have access to a flight that some might feel is more comfortable and current.
We've had turboprop service, and it's our time. Jets are coming to Twin Falls.
A larger, faster jet will make its way in and out of Twin Falls in the coming months. For Twin Falls, this is about opportunity to connect leisure and business travelers. For SkyWest, it's strategy in keeping momentum through an ever-changing airline industry.
It's one thing for them to look at their data and see the number of people getting on planes and fares and all of that kind of stuff, but it's another for us to be able to tell that story of the vibrant economy that's happening here in South Central Idaho, and the importance, again, to both business travelers and leisure travelers to have that connectivity.
The twice daily service features a 50-passenger jet, which replaces the current 30-passenger plane.
So I think a lot of people just are a little rattled by the turboprops. They really don't like them. So we've heard from folks for years now, hey, we'd love to have the jets, and here they come.
Although it will diminish the frequency of flights, waiting times will be reduced for connecting flights in Salt Lake City.
Probably get you down to Salt Lake maybe 10 or 15 minutes quicker. So it's a quick turn. You can make many connections around the country and really around the globe.
Improving the commuter experience in Twin Falls and abroad. The new service will begin on June 5th, but customers can already start booking flights through Delta. In the studio, Brittany Cooper, Idaho's First News.
Residents in Haley will be tasked with voting on a wastewater bond this May. The 20-year bond is $6.5 million. Now, it covers costs for capital improvements to the city's wastewater treatment plant, plus cost of issuance and amounts required to establish necessary reserves. The special municipal revenue bond election will be May 20th. Idaho state law requires majority approval for passage of the revenue bond.
Take a look at this. A new handicap swing is at Neptune Park in Rupert. A citizen witnessed a handicapped child trying to swing at the park. That's when she went to the city council to ask for a new swing to be installed. The recreation department plans to take an assessment to see if they need to install more at other parks. The South Central Public Health District is joining forces with the city of Rupert to reduce obesity in Minidoka County. In Idaho, 30% of children are overweight. That's according to the health district. Andrew Reed for Idaho's First News joins us from the newsroom with more. Andrew.
Amy, the city is taking action by getting citizens involved with eating healthy and exercise.
Get ready to be healthy in Minidoka County. The Let's Move program is in the works for people in Rupert. This was launched by the First Lady in 2010 and is dedicated to solving the problem of obesity.
The idea of Let's Move, the overall goal is just to improve the overall wellness and health of all citizens in the community with a special focus on children.
Right now the program is in the planning stages and a childhood obesity task force is being formed.
There are 5 goals regarding early childhood education, nutrition in the schools, accessibility to healthy food at city concession stands.
The goal is to get children to eat healthy, including nutrition and an exercise program.
We will try to incorporate the goals within our city, within like our swimming pool and our baseball program, and through the sports programs.
Rupert City officials plan to incorporate the future YMCA.
And the city is really excited to be partnering with the Y, and they're in the fundraising stage right now hoping to bring a YMCA to the city of Rupert. And one of the pieces of that is a huge play area for children that they can get some education and have lots of fun on this big indoor play gym.
An initiative to get the community active.
Now the city hopes to open the new YMCA in 2015. If you would like to donate, just call the Rupert City Hall. In the newsroom, Andrew Reed, Idaho's First News.
With spring officially here, starting your own garden is something a lot of people look forward to. But for some, having your own garden isn't a possibility because of either poor soil or lack of space. The answer to your problem may be a raised garden bed. Jennifer Moss of Moss Greenhouse says having a raised garden bed can give you the opportunity to have a flourishing garden. And as for choosing the right plants, Moss says there is a method to the madness.
There's kind of a schedule of things, how they go in. You're going to do your cold crops, the cabbages, broccolis, cauliflowers. Those are great items to start thinking about putting in the ground now. And then past that, you're going to start working into kind of your seed varieties as far as your peas, your carrots. Beans come after that. Onions are a good thing to start thinking about. And then the last things you're going to plant are your tomatoes and peppers.
If you have any questions or concerns about your garden, you can stop by Moss Greenhouse in Jerome, or you can log on to their Facebook page and post any questions you might have there.
Time now for our first look at weather with Stephanie Mead, and boy, what a difference a day makes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Temperatures were not as warm as what we saw yesterday. Here in our Mountain Home Auto Range Skycam, we are seeing a little bit of that sunshine, but clouds here and there throughout the area. As of right now, we do have a wind advisory out for the Burley, Rupert, Shoshone area, and that will start tomorrow at 9 a.m. and go through 8 p.m. We should see sustained winds 25 to 35 miles per hour, gusts up to 45 miles per hour in that area. Our average temperature today around 55 degrees. We didn't quite hit a little bit cooler, 52. 72 was our record for today, and our low around 40 degrees. So overall temps weren't too bad. Here's what we're looking at right now as our past highs: 52 for Twin Falls and Jerome, 50 for Burley. But what can we expect heading into tomorrow? Stay tuned to get your details.
More manpower, heavy equipment, and extra search dog teams are brought in to help mudslide rescue efforts. I'm Terry Okita in Darrington, Washington. That story just ahead.
Yeah, and we'll wrap up day one of the spring ski series here in Sun Valley. We'll have much more on that coming up later on in sports. As for now, don't go anywhere. The news at 6 will continue after this. Time out.
Market updates brought to you by Waddell & Reed.
Breaking news alerts, top stories, and your weather authority forecast. You're watching Idaho's First News in HD.
A mudslide in Washington state has claimed the lives of at least 16 people, and officials say they're in the process of recovering 8 additional bodies. The death toll will likely rise as rescuers canvass the wreckage for a 5th day. Terry Okita is near the scene with the latest.
This newly released video is giving us a glimpse into the rescue operation on Saturday, as a helicopter team lifts 4-year-old Jacob Spillers to safety. His home, with his father and 3 siblings inside, destroyed.
Squad 2 leader.
More than 200 rescue workers are scouring an entire square mile of mud and debris on the ground, by air, and on water.
It's very, very wet, very slop and muddy conditions.
The National Guard is working with more than 100 local volunteers. The Emergency Management Director says the community's response is overwhelming.
It is very humbling, and we're respectfully very grateful.
6 more teams of search dogs and extra equipment were brought in to locate victims and clear the wreckage. But as the body count climbs, there are questions about how much was done to keep the area safe.
Snohomish County officials commissioned a report in 2010 that pinpointed neighborhoods along the Stillaquamish River were among areas at highest risk of a mudslide. Officials say they spent millions of dollars to mitigate dangers following a similar landslide in 2006.
We did everything that we could have done, and the community did feel safe. They understood that risk, and I think we did what we could do. Sometimes large slides happen.
Families comfort one another, knowing it could be weeks before all the victims are recovered. Terry Okita for CBS News, Darrington, Washington.
Authorities have received 176 reports of people missing, but say some could be duplicates. The slide ranks as one of the worst in U.S. history. Tonight on KVT, a shocking blindside leaves one castaway questioning her ability to play the game on Survivor. That begins at 7. Then at 8, it's a full 2 hours of investigations with Criminal Minds, followed by CSI. We'll be back at 10 with your latest local news, or over on Fox 14, it's all about American Idol. As the 2-hour episode kicks off at 7, the top 9 finalists will be performing their favorite tunes. Idaho's First News at 9 will follow that.
The number of pieces of potential wreckage from the missing Malaysian plane jumped from a handful to more than 100 today. Alexis Christoforous updates us on the newest details.
Images. Crews have spotted 122 objects floating in the remote search area off Australia, where the missing Malaysia Airlines jet is believed to have crashed. Planes and satellites photographed the debris through cloud cover over the past few days. Malaysian officials say some of the objects are shiny and range in size up to 75 feet long. Authorities emphasize they have not confirmed any of it is from the Boeing 777.
So this is still the most credible lead that we have, and if it is confirmed to be MH370, at least then we can move on to the next phase of deep sea surveillance, search and rescue, probably. Hoping against hope.
Planes and ships from at least 6 nations resumed the search Wednesday after the weather cleared. They're combing an area in the southern Indian Ocean the size of Alaska. Investigators want to find the black boxes because they could reveal why the plane flew thousands of miles off course. But the locating transponders on the black boxes could have as little as 12 days of battery life left. Alexis Christoforous, CBS News.
Malaysia's Prime Minister met with China's special envoy to the nation today. Malaysian officials were asked to hand over the new satellite analysis that convinced them the plane went down just off of Australia. Winter does not seem to want to end, despite what the calendar says. Parts of New England are getting hammered with another major storm. Cape Cod and the islands are bearing the brunt of this one. Snow started to whip through the Cape early this morning as wind gusts reached nearly 40 miles an hour. Now, it's all part of a storm system that left up to half a foot of snow along the New Jersey shore. Cape Cod could end up seeing up to 10 inches of the white stuff.
Cooler temperatures here across the Magic Valley area. Are we going to continue to see that? And we're seeing rain as well. What can we expect heading into Thursday? Stay tuned to get your details after the break.
From Idaho's First News, this is your Weather Authority forecast with Stephanie Meade.
Good evening, everyone. A cooler day compared to yesterday, and we saw some rain throughout the Magic Valley and snow as you head up towards Haley. Right now, there is a wind advisory that will take effect tomorrow at 9 a.m. and it'll last through about the entire day and end around 8 p.m. And that's for the Burley, the Rupert area. They're expected to see sustained winds 25 to 35 miles per hour and gusts up to 45 miles per hour with this front moving through the area. So again, we do have a wind advisory out for that, and that'll start tomorrow morning. But here's what we saw today for a high. Only about 53 degrees here in the Twin Falls area, 51 in Burley, and 46 in Haley. And overall, those temperatures were a lot cooler than what we saw yesterday. 21-degree difference. We saw 75 yesterday, 53 today, so drastically cooler. 18 different degree difference in Burley and 15 up in Haley. So overall, we can kind of feel that front moving through the area. And this is what we saw over the course of the day. A bit of cloud cover, scattered rain showers here in the Magic Valley, snow more up towards Haley. But again, we're still going to see that heading into tomorrow. And we do have another system that's going to be moving into the area. We're going to see a break Friday, but come our weekend, we're going to see a lot more of that rain and snow throughout the area. But for tomorrow, this is what we're looking at. We have that low pressure system again moving through our area, cooler temperatures, again scattered rain through the Magic Valley and snow up in Haley. And again, we have some more showers on our way with this low pressure system moving through on our weekend. So taking a closer look at our futurecaster and planning out the next couple of days, scattered rain showers here in the Magic Valley, and look at these wind conditions, 23 miles per hour, so it's going to be breezy in tomorrow, and we're going to see again scattered rain showers for Magic Valley and the Burley area. And then moving into Friday, you do notice a bit of clearing. We're going to see a little bit of that sunshine. Winds kind of calm down. So overall, we're ending the week off on a nice note, and then Friday evening we see that low pressure system kind of encroaching into the area. The winds kind of pick up a bit, and we can start to see that low pressure system moving into our area. Temperature wise though, it's a little bit cooler than what we saw yesterday. Mid to upper 40s is what we're going to see for our Thursday for the Magic Valley. Cooler as you head up towards Haley, mid to upper 40s as well. So we're going to see the effects of that system moving through our area. So cooler for tomorrow and ending off our work week, mid to upper 40s for our Friday, and mid to lower 40s for the Haley area. So overall temperatures are going to be a bit cooler ending off our week. But as for tonight for the Wood River region, we'll see a low of about 28 degrees. Scattered rain and snow showers throughout the area. It's going to be breezy. For the Magic Valley, we're going to see a chance of some showers for the area later in the evening, and a low of about 37 degrees. And similar conditions in the Minnecaja area with a low of about 35 degrees. We're going to see chances of those showers and breezy conditions as well. Stay tuned to get your full 7-day forecast after the break. Thursday, we are going to see more chances of those scattered showers throughout our area with a high of 50 degrees. Clearing for our Friday, chance of rain high of 58. Scattered showers do return for our weekend with a high of 60 degrees. So overall, we're going to see more of that precipitation moving into the second half of our week. Thursday, snow showers for the mountains, 47 degrees. Scattered rain and snow showers for our Friday with a high of 50. 50 for our Saturday as well, and we're going to continue to see that precipitation as that low pressure system moves through the area with a high of 50 degrees. 48 for our Sunday. Some more rain and snow, and that's going to be a continuing trend starting off next week. And there's a look at your forecast.
Sniffles and sneezing can be symptoms for a variety of ailments like the common cold or the flu. They could also be signs of problems with your sinuses. How to identify the problems and get treatment is tonight's Scion Health Report.
The wide open spaces of the Magic Valley, agriculture, and our climate contribute to an outstanding quality of life. But they also have an impact on our health, especially when it comes to our sinuses.
Seasonal allergies, often called hay fever or allergic rhinitis, plagues a lot of the people in this valley. I mean, we're exposed on a regular basis to agricultural pollens. We have trees and grasses. A lot of people have dogs and cats.
Sinusitis mimics the same symptoms, but it's not allergies. For some people, it's the result of exposure to irritants like cigarette smoke, changes in air pressure, and chemicals. Testing in the St. Luke's Clinic can identify which issues patients may be having and how to treat them. A CAT scan of the sinuses can better determine the level of severity.
For somebody that has a chronic sinus infection, one of the first-line therapies I give is an extended course of antibiotics. So a chronic infection, we know from our studies that a simple 10-day course of antibiotics won't clear it up completely. So we put these people on antibiotics for 3 to 4 weeks, often with an oral steroid like prednisone in conjunction with that to try to get rid of the inflammation.
About 8 in 10 people with true sinus disease get vast improvement with medical therapy. 15 to 20% don't improve significantly and can be candidates for sinus surgery to treat the problem. In Twin Falls, Kevin Ryan, Idaho's First News.
Jason Cutter's up next with sports live from Sun Valley. We'll be with him right after the break.
From Idaho's First News, this is Southern Idaho's Local Sports with Jason Carter.
Welcome back up to Sun Valley. Joining me now is 2010 Olympian and Sun Valley native Haley Duke. Haley, first off, thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it. We introduced you to Haley a few months back. She was trying to make a comeback to Sochi following brain surgery. Tell us about the last couple of months, what you've been up to. You've had some pretty good results along the way.
Yeah, I mean, it was a tall order at first to, come back from brain surgery and make it to Sochi in such a short amount of time, but I skied really well, actually surprising myself and probably a lot of others during the time, but ended up skiing well. It came into somebody else's hands whether I can start the World Cups or not to qualify for Sochi, and they chose not to put me in. So I kept skiing, and now I'm looking at a full season of World Cup going into the next season because I was the top ones overall in the NORAM. So it's looking good and a lot more guaranteed for next season.
Very nice. Talk about this event a little bit. You've got 6 days of some of the best racers in the country going here in Sun Valley. Just kind of talk about this event.
I mean, this event is the spring series. It's the end of the season. It's where we get to wrap things up, and I mean, it's a long grind all the way through. And now we get to come and have fun, and really, you end up throwing down a lot more, and you get to ski the way you've been wanting to ski without the pressure on you. And you have the next generation coming up that gets to go and ski right next to the top, skiers in the world. And I mean, some of the Olympic team, the Sochi Olympic team, are even here right now, and they're standing next to the next generation, and they get to ski the same course, see what they're doing, and see where they end up in the end.
Very nice. And real quick, have you thought about 2018 in South Korea yet?
That's 4 years from now, and at this point in my life, I have to take things step by step. So I'm going to start with next year. I have a guaranteed World Cup spot, and I have Beaver Creek World Championships to get to. So I mean, yeah, let's start with that, and we'll work our way up.
Fair enough, fair enough. Thank you so much for your time. We really do appreciate it. Thank you for sticking with us. Remember, skiing happens between now and Monday up here in Sun Valley. At home, thank you for staying with us. That wraps up the 6 p.m. news. Remember to join us again at 10 o'clock. We'll talk more about the Spring Ski Series. Have a good evening.
Provided by Renter Center, contractor and homeowner equipment rentals.